welcome back to Eternal Rest. This is video number 3 in the series. I didn't get as far along today as I thought I would, or as I hoped I would. Sometimes woodworking can be humbling and make you learn, make you work, make you mad, make you glad. It's all part of the job. And it'll teach you a lot. And today it taught me a lot. It took me virtually all day to go from a top and a bottom to splitting the two halves of the box on both of them, and to get to this part literally from 8 o'clock in the morning till 8 o'clock at night. And this is not quite where I want it to be just yet. One of the things that I didn't count on was the number of surfaces in a box, especially a complicated box like this little box is, the number of surfaces that have to be flat, parallel, and flush fitting to give it a nice looking box. So just for instance, let's just talk about the top. This side's got to be flat. This side has to be flat. They need to be parallel with each other. This side need to be perpendicular to this side and this side. They've all got to be on plane, flat, level to make it work right. And then you have to work in this side right here to go flat with this side right here to get a nice smooth flush fit right here all the way around. And literally this can be 1.5 inches. This might be 1.48 thousandths, which is 20 thousandths less than 1.5 inches. This side right here might be 1.49 thousandths. And this side right here might be 1.3 thousandths. So it's not flat. So what you end up having to do is take a pencil and you make some pencil lines on your board, and then you come back. Let me get this one out of the way. And then you come back and you start hand sanding. A lot of hand sanding. And you work it down to where there's no pencil lines left. Then you know that you've gotten all the surfaces parallel. All 4 of these are in the same plane. That doesn't mean it's parallel with this face here. So you have to measure each corner, each section, and figure out how much do I need to take off to get it parallel with this surface here. So it's literally taken me all day to get from that to this right here. And like I said, this is not finished yet. It's close, but it's not finished yet. So, but this will give you an idea of what it's going to look like and the shape that it's going to be in. And I'm pleased with what's coming along, but it's just literally taken me a lot longer than I anticipated. Now you see all the numbers that I have, and I've got all the sides numbered. I've even got the bottom numbered. And that so that when I take this apart, I put it back in the exact order, because all of these screws and these screws right here, they need to match up exactly every time I put it back together. So the simplest way was to identify them, and that way when I take them apart, do my sanding, I can put it back together in the right sequence, just like I did when I made the box. I had to put it all in the right sequence so that it has a good fit. This way I know when I sand on this, and if I want to bring this corner down to make it match up here, I know exactly which corner I need to work on. These others may be okay, and I need to work on this one. Well, if I get it turned around, then all of a sudden, none of them match up because I got them out of sequence. So the numbering helps me keep it in sequence. So anyway, long story short, this has been a very humbling day. There were quite a few Shucky-Darns thrown out during the day, and I'm glad I wasn't videotaping because it would have been rated R. But you learn, and that's the whole thing about it. This has pushed me out of my comfort zone. I normally am making signs or cutting boards, things like that, and I'm working in 2 dimensions. Now I'm working in 360. It's very humbling. I don't have the equipment that it actually takes to do it. It's not that I can't do it. It's just going to take me longer to do it. But if I had all the equipment I needed to do it, then it would be a whole lot easier to do. The other thing I'm short on is knowledge. So I'm learning. This has been a very teaching program for me. I've learned a lot from it. Not necessarily saying this is my favorite thing to do, but it's not going to scare me away from doing another one. But anyway, there is a change of plans. I decided not to put the splines in. I decided I didn't care for the bling that was going to go in it. And I think it's going to look real nice just like it is. So I'm not going to do the splines that I talked about. And to be honest with you, this is so well glued up, it doesn't need the extra strength. This is really going to be very strong. So what I'm going to do tomorrow, because I'm calling it a day, what I'm going to do tomorrow is I'm going to finish up. I've got a little bit more sanding on this edge over here that I need to work on, and to get a better fit right here between here and the lid. And I'm going to work on getting that squared away. And then I'll get the tops glued to the top of the box and the bottom glued to the bottom of the box. And then I'll back them up with the screws that I showed you earlier so that it does stay together. So it doesn't need the splines. It's not going to be under a lot of stress and a lot of pressure and whatever. So I do have the hinges on the back. I still have the latch to put on the front, but that'll be one of the last things that I do. I'll do that after I have it all finished and sealed up and ready to go. So that'll be probably the last thing I put on will be the latch. So I want to thank everybody for stopping back by. Like I said, it's been a very fluid project. I've learned a lot. I realize I don't have all the tools that I need to make this thing work as precisely or as easily as it could be, but I'm getting there. So it's pushed my comfort zone. It's making me think outside my box, so to speak. And all in all, like I said, has not been my favorite thing to do because it's been such a challenge, but it hasn't scared me away of doing another one. So anyway, as soon as I get this one taken care of, then I'll get that other one put together, and I'll get both of them done. So just going to push it back for another couple of days or so. Probably won't have another video out until Monday. And Tuesday, there'll probably be another one. And hopefully by Wednesday, I'll have these all finished up. But I'm not putting anything in stone as to when I'm going to have it all done. But anyway, I'll work on this tomorrow. And probably won't have another video out until Monday. So thanks for stopping back by. And again, this is video number 3 of Eternal Rest. So thanks a bunch. We'll catch you on the next one.